Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I guess if you know my content, you know I'm a atheist, materialist, whatever you want to call it. And I've been getting into it with this idiot made by Jim Bob. And I'm getting some eyeballs on this and I'm just having fun. So you know what? We're going to go big game hunting today. And I mean big game hunting. Namely, uh, this Andrew Wilson, specifically his wife Rachel Wilson. You see her on the whatever podcast going after, any young attractive girl with, loose morals. And yet I came across something. I almost couldn't believe it, but I should because they're all these moral preening evangelical Christians, they're all the biggest hypocrites. Like the biggest. So this Rachel Wilson has 5 kids from 3 different men. The first set of kids who can even keep track out of wedlock. The second group of kids, or kid, she was married and got divorced. And then she hit the jackpot when she married, this inbred jackass, Andrew Wilson. So, how can. I just. I, I don't know. Am I crazy, guys? How can you have that kind of track record and then judge everyone? Make these young girls look like, sluts or whatever. When you have that kind of track record, what is it about believing in Jesus that just removes all shame? And you think, oh, because what? You were saved? What? You mumbled some words, you got dunked in some water, and that means you're not a gross, run through, used up, uh, okay, I, you know, and by the way, I used to apologize for my unprofessional audio, but oh my god, after hearing everything on YouTube now being AI, hey, I am the AI narrator, and I totally don't mispronounce words. Yeah. After hearing hours of that, I'm good. You know what? I got the mic on. I'm using a real shitty microphone. Don't care. Because, my God, I'm so tired of that. Let's just be authentic. Okay, back to the Wilsons. I mean, you go on the Crucible channel, right? And it's like Man Cave Central. Everyone's a cuck. Everyone's a loser. Everyone's a whiner. Whatever, that ultra bravado macho man thing, right? Combined with Christianity, which is, again, okay, whatever. And yet, their leader, dear leader, Andrew Wilson, smoky man, beard, he can't open a pickle jar, but whatever. Andrew Wilson is raising all these bastards. I mean, that's their word. That's their word, right? And you're a cuck. Andrew Wilson, you're a cuck. How many kids? How many kids are you freaking raising? And I think I saw once where he even admitted that he got a paternity test on the kids he had with Rachel Wilson. A paternity test, because you, you, dude, great morals, good job. Way to pick that virtuous Christian woman where you, because of her track record, you can't even trust that they're your kids. I don't understand this. And no, and you know what? They're going to pull the. Here's what I thought. When you call them on their hypocrisy and their bullcrap, what they do is go, "Oh, well, none of us measure up in the eye of God. So, we're all equally blah, 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 blah." You're running a grift. You're raking in the dough. And I'm big game hunting. I hope you hear this, honey. You're a gross, just a gross, run through, used up woman. I don't care that you make a ton of money going on the whatever podcast and, putting these young girls down and blaming feminism for it, which I'm sure you do, right? Honey, it's not your fault. It's the feminism that made you believe in free love and blah blah blah. You know what? There's a lot of OnlyFans girls that make better choices than you do. I hate to tell you, because as a child to divorce myself, what you've done to these kids can't even be quantified and explained. It is better to sleep, or it is better to make millions of dollars on OnlyFans, you know, just doing all the sleazy stuff than what you did in your personal life. But you're gonna go and judge them and have this huge community of inbred cretins in the crucible. Go harass these women, call them names, say God, they're going to hell, they're going to hell. But you're not, right? Because you got dunked in some water and you mumbled some words and you were saved. You're not saved. Okay, you're not saved. The only thing that redeems us in this life is how we live it, and you've lived yours like shit. And all your lectures and all your moral preening isn't going to absolve you from, I don't know. You say you weren't promiscuous. I mean, read your Bible. You think the morality of your Bible would consider what you did promiscuous or not? Yeah, I think it would, honey. And yeah, we're just supposed to believe that, oh yeah, the only time you had sex with a guy, you got pregnant. And then you didn't sleep around a lot, which, look, I'm not judging, but I'm judging by your standard. This is your standard. This is what you tell these girls. This is what you tell the community. So by your own standard, why should anyone listen to you or care about you? And I'm just tired of seeing your run through hoe face on YouTube. So, okay, I guess I'll wrap this up. Thanks for listening. Put in the comments or chat what you think about this, or if you can even count on two hands how many kids. I've lost track. And how can Andrew Wilson hold his head up high and do what he does, knowing he goes home and he's just surrounded by all these little bastards that aren't his, and you can't even keep track of how many men they came from. All right, yep, cool, peace.